Hey guys, TrepChains here on the PTR for Diablo 3 patch 2.6.9, checking out the new Demon Hunter set, Gears of Dreadlands. The point of this set is I need to try and get momentum on the two-piece set, which is showing up on my Hungering Arrow icon. It goes up to a maximum of 10. And then strafing here is giving me damage reduction and movement. So basically, as it stands right now, I have to keep swapping between Hungering Arrow, which is my choice of generator here, and Strafe to get the damage from the Hungering Arrow, and then the damage reduction and the movement from the Strafe. You can see just a second or two into Strafe, the momentum stacks drop off pretty quickly. So I was planning on providing some feedback on this set. I think overall, the concept is pretty good. Like, I was like, hey, cool, finally a strafe set. I was pretty excited about that. But I don't really like the implementation, and I think there's some major issues with this set as it currently stands, and despite having always wanted a strafe set, as it stands, I would be unlikely to play this on live just because it's not powerful enough to deal with the gameplay style, which is very stop-start, as you can see right here with me moving around this GR87. Oh, I do need to hit the speed pylon. I am not in a 4-man. Okay, so a few of my issues with it is, firstly, just the wording on the two-piece bonus. It actually says, gain a momentum stack when attacking with a primary skill. That's not the case. You gain a momentum stack when you hit with a primary attack, not just from attacking. But I can attack here, which would build my hatred. Unless I hit something, I don't actually gain any momentum. So the wording on that is a bit dodgy. It should say when I hit with my primary skill. And that's just for an understanding thing. And then the momentum stacks simply drop off too quick. Right? So they only last for 2 seconds and at an attack speed of about like 2 hits per second, which is pretty normal. That means it takes 2.5 seconds effectively to max out those stacks. But they drop off after 2 seconds. So you don't really have very long at max stacks unless you actually sit there spamming, but you can't because you have to swap to strafe for your damage reduction. So that's annoying, and they should last longer than 2 seconds of stacks of momentum. That's a 2-piece, but my biggest issue with this set is actually the 4-piece bonus. And that's where I'm really hoping that Blizzard will change something before this PTR is over. Because as it stands, so I get momentum by sitting here, throwing out my generator. But when I go into strafe, you see my momentum just drops. So strafe, per my 4-piece, is casting my generator. But that generator cast off of my strafe does not make my momentum go up at all. So that's why they just drop off there. And what I had wanted of a strafe build is a build that I could be in strafe like 90% of the time. You know, Whirlwind Demon Hunter, where are we? And if that 4-piece bonus was fixed, that the primaries cast off of strafe actually, you know, acted like normal primaries and increased your momentum, then this build would be a lot more playable. I wouldn't have to stop-start. I could be in strafe 90% of the time, having a lot of fun. That's my main issue with the build, and I really hope it gets changed, because if the 4-piece strafe primaries proc the 2-piece momentum, this build could actually be a lot of fun. The 6-piece bonus, by the way, which I haven't mentioned yet, is just that the primaries do 10,000% more damage, and that's cool. And the momentum stacks as well, I didn't mention, also contribute to damage. So, you know, 10 will give you an extra 100% damage there on your primaries as well. So it is important to keep up those stacks, and I just really hope this build gets varied such that we can, with the strafe as well, make it more fun to play. I think that covers most of it. It's just too stop-start, too clunky at the moment for me to personally think I'll be playing it on live unless something really changes. The damage also seems a little low, but it's a bit hard to tell because I'm only at paragon 693 here. While I do have good gear, I don't have any augments. It's PTR, so my sheet damage is only 1.4 million, so it's a bit hard for me to give a judgment on the damage amount. My legendary gems are also low, just leveling my trap tier to 32. My Taeguk's at 25 and my simplicity strength is at 25. So I think that covers my thoughts on the new Gears of Dreadlands set, the Diablo 3 PTR 2.6.9. Thank you very much for watching, and GG!